Light on life, it is the yoga journey to wholeness, inner peace and ultimate freedom. This marvelous book has been translated in many languages. However, the detailed sequence and the drawing can be found in the English version.
Yopakarottam pravaram munina patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi avaho prashakaram shankhachakra-sidharinam sahasra shirasam shvetam pranamami patanjalim.
Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. It can be done at the rope or independently with support for your head. The support will be placed under the forehead near the root of your hair. Extend your legs, extend your arms, activate and stretch your legs. Release completely your head, neck. Quieten the sensory organs. Observe your breath. Release the abdomen. This posture will help calming the mind and cooling the brain. It can be done for a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. We give you 2 options using 1 or 2 chairs. If you use 2 chairs, you rest your shoulders on each of the chair and the head is hanging in between the 2 chairs. If you use 1 chair, rest your forehead, rest your upper arms, elbows on the chair. Activate your legs. Shift your body weight slightly forward and release the upper body. Concentrate on the quietening effect. Third posture is Shirshasana. Shirshasana can be done in several ways. If you have hooks placed on the wall, you will be doing rope Shirshasana. However, it can be done in a semi-passive way with also 2 chairs nearby a wall, placed on a non-slip mat and with some padding for the shoulders. Observe the placement, going very near the wall or touching the wall, and then slowly inserting your head, placing 1 knee, both knees, and then coming up to Shirshasana. Extend your legs, activate your arms, then you may also rest your arms. Shirshasana can be done independently on the mat. Make sure you have the weight in the very center of the crown of your head. It can be done, as said, as rope Shirshasana. You tie a rope in between 2 hanging ropes. Then you will place yourself in between the wall and the rope and place the horizontal rope at the middle and bottom sacrum, just above the tailbone. Then keep your legs bent and go to rope Shirshasana. This is also a posture that will help you to completely calm the mind. Stay a few minutes, as long as you feel comfortable. Rope Shirshasana is very efficient for the good functioning of the abdominal area. To come out, slowly come out of the posture, but rest when you have come out. Rest your forehead on the floor or onto the wall or on the chair. Very important posture to recharge the mind is Viparita Dandasana. In this posture, we use props and we will demonstrate two variations, one completely passive and one semi-active posture. Observe that if you do an active posture, it will be easier if you elevate the pelvis in regards to the shoulder and shoulder blades. If you do it passively, it can just be level, and for the comfort of your legs, they can be parallel to the floor, supported by a stool or a chair. Observe the placement in the active way. One reaches for the feet of the chair. Then the challenge will be to bring the elbows in and to stay long in a relaxed state of mind. This relaxed state of mind requires to have the head supported. If the stool are much lower, your head could be touching the floor, but it needs to be supported. Remain 3 to 5 minutes in Viparita Dandasana. Quieten the mind and breathe deeply. Slowly, evenly. You may keep your eyes open. You may occasionally close your eyes. To come out of the chair, bend your legs, arch your back, come to a sitting position, and then just for a moment do a resting posture. Forehead on the forearms or just leaning. Then, in order to remove any residual lower back discomfort, chair Bharadvajasana, twisting on the chair for a moment will help you. Sarvangasana is a very helpful posture to balance the intelligence of the head, the intellectual center, with the intelligence of the heart, the emotional center. It can be done using a chair in a supported way nearby a wall, like what you are now seeing, and which is called Niralamba Sarvangasana, Sarvangasana without support, or as you see now, chair Sarvangasana. The bolster is under the neck and shoulders. Head touches the floor at the back of the skull, but the posture is completely passive. In the variation on the chair, observe the opening of the chest and the full release of the abdomen. In the posture nearby the wall, there is also some feeling and awareness of breath in the back. Now, Sarvangasana, passive Sarvangasana can be done using different type of furniture. This is just the usual sofa. Support your neck, support your shoulders, place yourself comfortably and stay a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes easily. Niralamba Sarvangasana, as seen previously, can be done when you feel too much tension in the temples and head. Breathe softly, and you may use different variations for the legs, either easy cross-leg position or Baddha Konasana. Ardha Halasana or half Halasana. Also here, this can be done using a regular chair or a yoga chair or a special bench. It can be a small table bench or a halasana bench. Observe that we need to have sufficient height for the thighs to keep the sides of the trunk elongated. Place yourself, support your pelvis through your legs, rest your thighs completely on the chair. Make sure your neck and shoulders are well supported. Then free the shoulders so that the tops of the shoulders is far from the ears, and make sure that you create comfort width in the rib cage. On the right side you can see a halasana bench. Again here, several positions for the arms. Observe the vertical placement of the trunk, horizontal placement of your legs. Breathe softly. To come out of the posture after 5 to 10 minutes, slowly come out and rest your head for a moment. If you were doing chair half halasana, then rest your head on the chair or possibly on a bolster. Recover and enjoy that feeling. Next posture, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. In this posture, the pelvis, the legs will be parallel to the floor, but both the skull, the head, the shoulders and the upper arms will be flat on the floor. Observe several ways of doing this posture according to the equipment you have or might not have. On the left side, you see the Setu Bandha Sarvangasana bench. On your right, you see that it can be done with a chair and sufficient height for the shoulders and head. In this case, 2 bolsters. Or it can be just done with several blankets or bolsters on the floor. Tie your upper thighs with a belt. Then place yourself in such a way that the rib cage is well opened, sternum bone is vertical as much as possible, pelvis completely supported, lower back supported, in order to be able to stay comfortably for 10 minutes. This will contribute also to balance the intellectual and emotional centers. Release the abdomen, release the sensory organs. Enjoy the posture. Breathe softly, deeply, quietly. . release completely the sensory organs and brain. To come out of the posture, you will bend your legs. If you're on the chair, arch your back to sit up. If you're on the floor, near the floor, just slide out of the support and rest a moment on the floor. You can see there are several ways to come out, several ways to rest, depending on the prop that you have used. This is a short forward bend to rest. Next posture is Viparita Karani, and you will also see Paschimottanasana. Viparita Karani is a variation of Savangasana in some ways. It is an inverted posture in a special way of placement. The legs will be in contact with the wall. The pelvis will be well supported. Again, the shoulders, back of your head, upper arms will be on the floor. Observe the nice opening of the chest. Whereas in Paschimottanasana, the head is resting on a bolster. It is a soothing, quietening posture, helping you again to balance the energy of the intellectual and emotional centers. Now, 2 sitting postures to stimulate the brain for positive thinking. Upavishta Konasana with the legs apart, holding the toes if you can, staying for a couple of minutes, and Baddha Konasana, either with a blanket under the sit bones or support under your knees if your knees are fragile. In Baddha Konasana, hold your feet or your toes or the mid-step, keep the trunk straight and breathe. Supta Virasana. In Supta Virasana, we will be comfortable. I advise you to take a bolster or blankets to support your entire spine. If you have back discomfort, give some space between the bolster and sacrum. As you can see that the bolster was slightly slid away from the bottom sacrum. You can use several blankets, and there is the option of not using any support if it's comfortable. However, with support you might observe a better opening of the rib cage. This brings quietness into the body and a long extended breath, both during the inhalation and exhalation. To fully rest, you may have your arms alongside the body. To come out, arch your back, place your support in front of you, bring your feet a bit closer to you, keep your knees slightly separate, lean over and do for a moment Adho Mukha Virasana. Breathe, enjoy, feel the effect of the previous posture. Come out slowly. In Viloma Pranayama, in sitting, It can be done in Padmasana, but it doesn't have to be done in Padmasana. You can use any sitting posture. For instance, Svastikasana, easy cross-legged position. Virasana, sitting in between your heels. Vajrasana, sitting on your heels. In this case, we will do an interrupted inhalation and exhalation. However, in order to really allows you to experience inner silence, I advise you to breathe in normally and to practice interrupted exhalation. We advise you to enjoy your practice and in those moments to have a quiet, sustained practice more than a tiring jumping practice. Learn to quieten the brain, to charge the brain, to quieten the mind, to even the energies of your intellectual and emotional centers.